Welcome back. Blue Star is a classic story of a desi company that has neither buckled nor got swayed by deep pockets of MNC players. The Advani brothers have shown what it means to be focused. Veena Krishna caught up with them at the plush South Mumbai office to find out what makes them tick.
Mr. Ashok Advani, if I can start with you, what do you think has been the reason for the success of Blue Star?
Two things. One is the emphasis on the customer, the focus on customers, and the other I would broadly call our value systems. That is one major factor. And the other, frankly, is our ability to differentiate ourselves in our business. We don't follow the herd. We provide value to customers. These are the things that I think are really the major factors that have contributed to Blue Star's success.
There is also an outside theory that Blue Star is a conservative company. You follow the strategy of slow and steady wins the race.
I don't know where this theory came from. I want to clarify, slow and steady does not mean we are happy to sit doing nothing or just continuing doing the old things. Growth is a very important part of our future strategy. There's no question about it. But we insist that it must be profitable growth. We're not interested in just bulking up the top line. We have to maintain our profitability. Profits are what really provide the resources for future growth. It provides good returns to our shareholders. That's what really makes for success.
And it provides a lot of comfort to the company's bankers. But I should say that, you use the word conservative, and I think it's a real strength as far as Blue Star is concerned, given that this is a company that, unlike many others that I've seen, is very deliberate in what it does. It takes a lot of time in thinking through the projects that it wants to get involved in. In many ways, the thinking is very much like a bank. And I think I would say that it's probably the one aspect that differentiates Blue Star from many of the other companies that I've seen. Its ability to assess the risk and manage it proactively. Yeah,
but core competency, you believe, the company has believed in that. That could be, the other side of the coin for conservativeness. How difficult it is, not to be tempted to be like the LGs and Samsungs and go out there and tap the huge retail market that is India?
Well, over the years, especially during the old days of socialism, when we were not allowed to grow naturally through producing more and doing more business because everything was restricted and licensed, we had to grow horizontally by getting into unrelated businesses. And in that time, we learned which were the things that we do well and what do we not do well. And so we arrived at what our core strengths and competencies are, and we focused on those, and growth and profitability came. But it does not mean, core competency does not mean that you just stick to what you're doing and don't venture out at all. Our growth strategy is to expand the core. Whatever is your core business, it's like a circle, and that circle keeps expanding outward. And you do related diversifications, if you care to use that phrase. But we believe that our core strength is what we are doing now, and we're expanding now, and we're growing well profitably, so why not?
Well, as a banker, I can second that, because if you really look at India, there are two parts to the growth story in India. There's the huge retail sector, which is high volume, perhaps low margin, some would argue. And there's the large infrastructure sector. The amount of construction, whether it's airports, hospitals, schools, corporate houses, just look at Bombay, the number of industrial sort of units that are coming up. The demand for the kind of product that Blue Star has is just enormous. And, just the growth in that segment would be mouth-watering.
Yeah, but Mr. Ashok Advani, how difficult was it to be a completely indigenous company when everybody around was having foreign tie-ups and there was so much of foreign competition coming in?
We didn't need foreign help. Our focus on the big and rapidly expanding Indian market did not need collaborations and joint ventures, etc. So why go into it?
You have created a, great clientele. What did it take you to create this large, huge set of clientele?
I'll hand this one
create
over to
the brand?
Sunil since he interacts
Okay.
a lot with our
Okay.
important customers.
Survey after survey that we do of our customers over many, many years is they like dealing with our people. They like the attitude of our people. I believe that's a culture thing. It's something that is in the bone and marrow of the company, that the way you are taught to behave in this company is to treat the customer with respect and dignity and be responsive. So all the surveys show they like dealing with our people. I think that's the key to the whole thing.
5,000 crore turnover in the next 3 years. Mr. Shogavani, confident of that?
I would say yes, subject to the economy continuing to grow at a reasonable pace. We've done it in the past. It works out to about a 26% compound rate of growth, and certainly we've grown faster than that. So yes, subject to the economic growth generally being healthy.
So what would be the new strategies and new things that you've planned for to get this 5,000 crore turnover?
You always have to make choices because there are so many opportunities in a growing economy. It was residential versus commercial building. When in the times when the growth was in the commercial sector, commercial construction, we were primarily there. Residential growth happened later, but we are not largely there. We do work, engineering services in commercial buildings primarily. So the next step is residential buildings because there's a huge growth expected in high-end residential, which will require a whole range of engineering services, which is what we deliver, including air conditioning. International markets. We have been largely absent from international markets. That's a huge growth area for us, and we have to enter that, and we will. So these are two core things. But then, looking sector-wise in the Indian economy, the power sector, because we have an electrical contracting business, and we want to expand into that. There's the food sector, there's the water sector. These are all areas of future shortages. We are in the food sector already through refrigeration for storage, cold storages and so on. Water is a new area for us. So some of these things are a bit further down, like water.
So you would largely shift from being a B2B company to a retail company. Would that happen?
I think it'll happen. We'll do both. But we are, as you know, we are not first movers in many things. We are fast followers. We subscribe to that theory. And we're going to make it in residential. We'll come in from the top through our contracting services, and we'll come in through the bottom with our products. But we are going to be there in the residential sector in the years to come.
What is the mantra for success?
There is no magic formula. I would say it's clear thinking and hard work and discipline.
Mr. Sunil Advani?
In one phrase, I would say we have to continue delivering a world-class customer experience. And it's a shifting target because the bar keeps getting raised. And every customer touch point, not only at the point you sell a product or a service or deliver it, but every touch point has to be subjected to that rigorous test. Is this a world-class customer experience for this customer?
Well, every entrepreneur we have come across has his own mantra for success. In the case of Blue Star, the mantra has been stay focused despite all odds. Stick to knitting but expand your core competence. In other words, keep doing what you know best and excel. Learn from your mistakes and learn up to give businesses that do not work for you. If you concentrate on the top line, you tend to get into all kinds of businesses which will destroy shareholders' value. Well, if you are aspiring to do business, then do take a leaf out of Advani Brothers' success story. On that positive note, it is time to say goodbye. See you next week, same time with another interesting story.